Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have a couple of garden chores that we need to take care of. One of those being the last garden in the backyard we need to mulch. So Ernie's going to be taking care of that. It needs to be weeded and mulched. I also lost one of my clematis on the back porch, and so I bought another one. It's a different variety to replace it with, so we're going to be doing that. And then I need to do some deadheading of my salvia. The blooms are spent and I want to continue new blooms for the whole season, so I need to take care of that. And I'm not sure what else we'll get to, but I'm sure we'll find more. There's always more to take care of here in the garden. We still have the hosta garden, which we have not mulched, and I'm not sure if we're going to do that this year. Kind of in an area where if it gets a lot of water, it would just probably wash that into the grass. So I'm not sure if we're going to take care of that or not this year. We might just leave it. It's just fine the way it is. The most important thing for me is to get the blooms on the salvia, cut off the spent blooms, and get this back arbor wall mulched because it always looks so beautiful when it's done. Kind of has a natural mulch to it because of all of the pine needle or all of the needles that fall off of it, but and it's not horrible, but Ernie's got to go through and just pull out some of this grass that's growing and get it mulched, and it always looks so beautiful. And then he's going to be mowing the lawn, and everything always looks so beautiful after he does that. Now I added this solar pump or little water feature to the fountain, and because it was floating, it was spilling the water outside, so Ernie just bought some rocks and placed them underneath there to hold it in the middle so it doesn't move. That way the water doesn't splash out. So it looks so pretty, doesn't it? I have yet to see a bird bathe in it, but I'm sure once they find it, it'll be great. And yesterday I didn't give you a close-up of this beautiful hydrangea. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how beautiful she is. Ah, it's gorgeous. So the clematis is growing back here, and this is what all of the stems did, and I cut them all back, but look at it's coming back. And so I picked this one up to replace it, but now I'm just not sure if I should or not. Maybe I should just put this over on the new arbor in the Sun Valley maple garden. This is a Cezanne clematis. Let's see, this one is like a light purple. It's so pretty. Hardy in zones 5 through 10. Oh, it's beautiful. So I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if I should just let that one continue to grow and place this one over there. I'm not exactly sure what to do. I don't know. I'll talk to Ernie and we'll see. But in the meantime, he's going to get this arbor wall all weeded and mulched, and it's going to look beautiful. It's my favorite part of gardening season, mulch, and this is the last one that we have to do back here, so that makes me really happy. And again, we're going in with the same exact mulch we used in all of the other gardens. he is all done weeding, both the front and the back, all the way. It always looks so much better with just no weeds. Now he's gonna, he wants to mow an edge before he mulches, so he's gonna do that. And then, oh, we have a bird in the bird bath. Do you guys see that? Oh, it's a robin. We have a robin bathing. Look at that. Oh. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Oh, that makes me so happy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, I love it. Oh, he loves it, you guys. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. Oh. And he's not even afraid of us. I love it. Okay, so Ernie's gonna get cleaned up here, and then he's gonna mow and edge, and then he's going to mulch. Gonna start spreading the mulch. While he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and deadhead these salvia. I have this one and this one over here needs it desperately. So let's go ahead and take care of that.
You want your little stool?
That'd be good. I'm a slowpoke. He's already got all of this done to right to this point. I think he's probably on the other side. is done. It looks so good, you guys. I mean, you have to agree that that is just like the icing on the cake in the backyard. I'm gonna take you around to the back to show you now. He ran out. He needs to get a couple more bags. He miscalculated this time, so he did the best he could with what he had. He just likes to do a nice thick layer, and so he spread it out as far as he could. There's a couple of spots back there that need more. So I want to address something because I get a lot, everybody always asks, why is there this big space here and all the way over here? And it is because our properties go down into the center of the ravine. This is where all the water flows. You can see that big storm drain way back there. This is where all the water comes when it rains and we have the big storms. So everybody's property comes down like this, just like ours does here. You can see it goes down. This is where we're allowed to put a fence or a tree line or what have you. Some people choose to do it up higher. Some choose to not have any fences at all. We have a neighbor down there installing his own fence, which is awesome. But everybody has decided to put in a white fence, which I hate. We're allowed to do white or the wrought iron, and we chose no fence, and I always get a lot of questions. So this is not our fence, but it looks like we have our yard fenced in on the sides. That one and that one over there are my neighbors. So it's kind of cool because we only had to do an arbor here. My vision here is these get about 8 feet tall, the viburnums. So we're hoping that they actually mature to that height. We're not sure, because we want to have a green wall here as well, and we're going to train it into a hedge. So that is our plan for here. So you have to look in the future when you're planting a garden. But anyways, so the yard is mowed, everything is mulched. We're very happy about that. So we decided this clematis, a fighting chance, and we're gonna plant this one. So we decided to plant it on the trellis here. But we have weather approaching. We're supposed to get thunderstorms, so we just got this done just to get it done, but I want to show you guys something. Oh, you look at you. Get out of here, little turkey. Look at this. This is so beautiful, walking into the garden. I have to show you. The impatiens have completely filled in. Just planted those with you guys a couple videos ago. They love it here. It looks so beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at this entry into the garden, you guys. How beautiful is that? Oh. Super Tunia Vista bubblegum, can never go wrong. Look at the lambs here. Are those not magnificent? Look how big they are. They love it here. But everything just looks gorgeous. Just beautiful. All right, we need to get that planted. Good morning, guys. I wanted to show you that I put up my flags. I love these little solar lanterns I picked up at Tractor Supply a couple years ago. I saw them last year, but they were in a different color. But I bought 2 little American flags to put on there for summer, and I love it. Anyways, today, we have to get this clematis planted. And so what I told Ernie I wanted to do, let me see if I can come over here and get a better view. So it's going to be kind of tight over there, and it's that curbing. So it's going to be interesting, but I think I'm going to have him plant it and like tilt it back for it to grow, and hopefully that does okay. But I also told him I don't want him to remove the trellis that it's growing on right now. I want him to leave that for now until it starts grabbing onto the other trellis, but there's quite a distance there. Don't want to plant it in the grass. There's no room for that. So this is going to be tricky, very tricky. Anyways, that is all we have left to do for our garden chores. So since there's such a distance between the clematis where you're going to plant it and the actual trellis, which I had originally wanted you to put the trellis in the garden, but then that would have made it even more difficult.
There's no room.
Huh?
Because there's no room.
Right. So when you plant it, do you think that you can plant it and then kind of tilt it back like this and not remove the black one that it's on until it starts grabbing onto the trellises, the white trellises, because otherwise it's just going to flop on the ground? We got to leave that in place.
Well, that clips onto the bucket, so I got to clip and then put it on the ground.
Oh, you're right.
So,
but still, don't remove that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying I got to clip.
Okay. there she is. So Ernie ended up removing that black. Well, there's a piece still stuck in it, but he ended up removing it because it reached just fine. Hopefully it'll do well because it is quite a distance, but it seems, a lot of it seems to be laying down on the new trellis. Now we decided to plant the clematis because I had already bought it to replace the other one, so hopefully the other one does well and I don't regret planting this one here. I really wanted something different, but it's fine. And it already has a drip line there, so we're good either way. Awesome. Good job. Okay guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys got some inspiration to work in your garden today and plant something beautiful. The garden is looking so beautiful. I do plan on doing a garden tour with names of everything. It's going to take me some time to get all the names written down to remember them. But I do plan on doing a tour from the front to the back for you guys. So be looking for that. If you guys are interested in that, then make sure you have subscribed and you've clicked the bell to be notified each time I upload a video. I want to thank you guys so much for staying till the end, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.